Planeswalkers, hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome, my friends, to today's episode of Top Deck. We have a historic one here for you, a #1 Golgari food. That is correct. This is by our friend Yuki Ichikawa, making a name in the Innistrad Championship and taking things down. A load of decks from the Golgari food side of the house. Very, very important here. Meta shifting on top of that. I'm certainly excited to cover this one here today, and we'll break things down here on today's episode. So appreciate you tuning in. Flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video. On top of that, if you got a question, if you got a comment, please let me know down below. You can also hop in the Discord server that's in the description, along with this deck list and the timestamps, where I will break down the strategy objective for this list. We'll go into boarding for best of 3. We're going to play that competitive Magic here today in Mythic in both best of 1 and best of 3. And then we'll close out with a little bit of a retrospective on where this deck sits, my friends, in the meta. So again, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your time. Please feel free to stay a while and watch some matches and learn some stuff about the deck. On top of that, feel free to subscribe or check out my name for more content, Mythras. With that, let's dive into it here and get started. So Golgari food. Again, this was the #1 deck coming out of the Innistrad Championship by Yuki Ichikawa. Congratulations, bud, on taking things down. Now, sacrifice mechanics have been very, very big, but we got some new pickups here. The biggest one, Ravenous Squirrel. This guy, whenever you sacrifice an artifact or a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this. You can pay 3, but you really don't have to do that. You can keep a lot moving with this, and we've seen that against some of the matches that I've played against. So looking forward to playing that here today. We get a good old cat oven moving around. We got Fatal Push to move things off the board. When you sack, you can destroy target creature mana value 4 or less instead. So huge. That's going to get most of the stuff here in Historic. We got Shambling Ghast for ramp, or if we need to take something off the board, we get some sacrifice here for draw. We got clear from our opponent's graveyards. This is also in particular for the mirror match, but we got other things that are running Lurrus as well. We got Deadly Dispute, Trail of Crumbs, and then Meat Hook to boot as well. So everything under 2-drop minus your Lurrus, and then obviously some of the other pieces here in terms of the deck. So this is really a mid-range deck in terms of the way that it plays. Very, very strong, as we've talked about before as well here. So let's go ahead and talk about the boarding. We're going to break this down 3 ways: aggro, mid-range, and late game. So right now we got things like mono red. We also have things like mono white humans in this space. We have good old goblins. When we say mono red, well, we got mono red aggro and goblins. We also have elves to keep in mind, and mono black aggro. Here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to focus on anything that's going to kill directly your opponents. So we got auras. So we just played auras. You're going to want to play Outland Liberator for that. You can use Thoughtseize to rip stuff out of their hand if you want. Maelstrom Pulse is perfect. Also, Mortality Spear works well. And then Command the Dreadhorde. Choose any number of target creature and or planeswalker cards or graveyards. Command the Dreadhorde deals damage to you, equal to total mana value of those cards. Put them on the battlefield. So this is a great turnaround against aggro decks as well. So those are all things that would be really, really good for you to play. We also got Mystic Repeal, which is great against the Auras decks and 9 Lives decks there too. So then we move into mid-range. Mid-range is things like we just covered, Selesnya Squirrel Twin. We also got Selesnya Angels there. We got traditional Coco. Izzet Phoenix you can consider in this space as well. Some of the other stuff that you're going to run into, again, mirror match. We also got Jund Sacrifice, Azorius enchantments. We got Rakdos Arcanist and Selesnya Humans. Again, that's kind of a bridge to aggro. Here, similar stuff. Again, if you want to rip things out of their hands, Thoughtseize works really, really well for you there. And then last but not least, we have 5-color Niv. We also have our control decks, Azorius Control being a very, very popular one right now as well. We got Jeskai Control in this space and a few others. There you're going to want to run the Thoughtseize, rip the things out. Soul Guide Lanterns if you need to get at the graveyard as well. So Very, very good there in terms of what you can play, in terms of what you may need. Mystic Repeal as well. So that is what we have. That is how we're going to board. And looking forward to playing some matches here today for you in both best of 1 and best of 3. So again, strategy objective of the list, mid-range deck, in terms of the way that's going to play out here today. So let's go ahead and get started here with our Golgari food deck. Yes. I should have switched that, but that's okay. All right, so today, let's make sure that we get this right in terms of competitive. So there we go. Is that ranked? It is ranked. We will go to historic. We'll go to best of 1. We need to go find our food deck. Boom. There we go. We are off. I'm going to flip over here, my friends. Then we'll get moving with that setup. All right. Sola Casilio, 94%. I don't like this. This one I like a little bit better. We will keep this. And what do we want to drop? I'm actually going to drop the Fatal Push. We could play that. Play this. Ooh, tricky, tricky, tricky. Let's do that. Now we can make that guy bigger. On a red it is. So ideally, no blocks. All right, so we can play this. We won't get there. Sacrifice of food, not enough. There we go, actually. We'll wait on that. Let's go black. There we go. Auto pay. Another one of these guys. Down to that. So again, one will wipe. We could have wiped there, but I want to wait to see what we hit first. Take the damage. So this will get us close. So we need to decide on how we want to do this. Because what will happen is it's going to make a bunch of 1/1s. No, it won't, because they'll go away. This will be much weaker. We can make that a little bit bigger. So I think we do this. So now we can play that. We'll go decline. We'll do this for 3. There we go. There we go. So now we still got our 5/5. They do have enough for cleave if they play it, which is what they probably will do. Oh, no, they did not do that. So cleave on the next one, maybe. Sacrifice an artifact. So we could sack that if we want. Be a 6/6. That's gonna make it nice and big. 6/6. 2 more. 4. We'll wait. Now, if we would have kept it open, we could have sacrificed the oven there. So as long as they don't pump. Yeah, we needed that one up. Just too bad. Well, they're gonna get it anyway. So not much we could have done there in terms of what we had to start. Not quite good enough. If we would have kept the push, maybe, but not quite there. All right, on to our next best of 1. Let's go for it. Lucky Spade. Tapped. 0/1. We can do that. Try it anyway. Start with that on the board. Doesn't help too much. Uh-oh. Oh. It's going to be... It's going to be brutal. It's a combo deck. Combo deck with rights. Now, turn 4, they can go play this guy right here. There it goes. Action from instant. No, we'll see. We can certainly get rid of their graveyard. Be a bit of a race. Now we can keep pulling that back is going to be the trick there. Earn target creature card. They don't have one in there yet. We don't have any sacrifice either. Oh, we can do this though. Now we can also sack this and draw a card if we need. And then we can also start sacking our line. So we'll just have to figure out what we want to do there. Oh, if only we can make this guy bigger. That would be much nicer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not enough yet. We got an attack in there. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaves us with 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 4. So we can do this. Draw a card. There we go. So we can block here. if I sack it, we can go up 1. It'll be 5. We need 3 more damage. I can't get enough off that. Maybe I can. We'll see. So I have to wait on the timer here because I have to block. Oh, it's got taste. That's gonna do me in. That's too bad. Ah. Ooh. Treasure. I need a food. I need a food. Ah. Such a bummer. Such a bummer. So nothing there that we could have played on the right combination to make it work. We could have maybe sacked that guy out and then put our other guys in. Then we would have maybe had it. So very, very disappointing. But it is how it goes. So, all right, third and final best of 1 deck match here. Going backwards today. $93.89. J. Phillip. All right, we can keep this. Ooh, combo deck. Yeah, the token. There we go. So now we can get stuff pulled pretty quickly. There we go. Good. Turn 1, 2. Turn 1, 2. There we go. We'll take the win. Bam. Back to 94 here in best of 1. All right. On to our best of 3 for today. So best of 1, we went 1 and 2. Very, very close on that second match. Not the best that we could do against mono red, but we needed some kill spells. Deck has it, but we didn't hit them. Let's go play. Again, we'll get this right. There we go. Right. Best of 3. Historic. Golgari food. And we are on the play, my friends. Let's go for it. So best of 1, 1 and 2. Moving in against Jake TMS here. Top 1800. Oof. Right on the cusp, my friend. Oh. Oh. A little bit better. A little bit better. I'm gonna get rid of this first. We'll see if it hits the ground. Oh, I don't know. Probably gonna get burned off here. Phoenix. All right. So we will be boarding in all the stuff, remove everything from the graveyard. Now we can play this on next. Fortunately, I'm gonna decline. Waits because I want to get the draw there. Pay 2 life. Do this. Do that right. There we go. So now we can do this. And we'll sack this guy. Get the 2 in. There we go. There we go. All right. So now what we need to board in is we are going to get in. We can do Thoughtseize. We need those. We could do all that too. Maelstrom Pulse. What do we want to drop? Let's get rid of 2 disputes. That's fine. Get rid of the village rights. 5. Let's get rid of that one. He took Rex on this deck too, but it's more of a top end. So we need that. Go 2. Keep those. And 1. There we go. So I want to keep drawing with trail. Want to rip. And kill. Alright. Get the soul guides. All we gotta do. There we go. Let's take a peek. What do we want to get rid of? Let's get rid of that. They're doing that because we can kill the sprite. So now they pretty much have to keep everything on there, but we have this. Now, the other trick here is when they attack in with this guy, we can drop it with Soul Guide Lantern there. They do. Now you do this. They'll drop to a 1. Block. And we could pop that back in. Now, they do have Den of the Bugbear, which could become an issue for us. We'll see. We really just need 1 more land. There we go. There's their Phoenix. All right. Go for 2. Got a block on the 3. There we go. So if they do the bear again, there we go. Now we grab this guy. And Phoenix is gone. So they have to burn Lurrus. If they don't, we're in a good spot. There it is. Now this is not at instant speed. Oh, there we go. Now we got a few things here. Treasure token. So I'm still going to do this because we want to do that. There we go. That actually puts him at lethal. So we can't do that. We can't do that. All right, we live for another day. Here we go. Close. It was close. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. At least we're first now. Not quite there. All right, let's flip in another dispute. Let's get our other cat in there. Hailstorm slow. I do like that though. Does rip a line if we need it. It's not as good. Let's do that. I'm not gonna play that. Another meat hook in there. All right, let's try that. Ah. Ah. Jake TMS. Let's see what we can do. We will play first. There we go. Ooh, nice. Eat that guy. We'll do that. It's gonna be the same damage, which is why we're doing that. Could have brought it back and I guess made him a little bit bigger. But what we do want to do is this. Let's see what they got in their hand. So they got Unholy Heat. They would need to play 3 spells. They can hit 3 next turn. So this is going to screw me up just a little bit. That's alright though. Just a little bit. So if I have to, we can sack a few things here. Now, Unholy Heat's gonna only be able to do 2. Let's see where they go, though. Probably to the face, maybe? No. So we do this. Now I could still use the ray. It's a lot though. We'll wait. Now, what we need to get to is a Fatal Push. So we will do this at the end here. Because we want to pop off the Deadly Dispute. Could cook the Witch Oven. We got a Fatal Push. We'll see. We'll see. We need to get Lurrus in there so we can rip the graveyard again. Alright, we'll see if we can hit him. They might have a counter spell. Maybe should have did it on the one. No, we're good. Okay. There we go. Cat oven. Ooh, very nice now. All right, we got a few things we can do here. Now, the only thing that we wanted to think about was maybe playing before they cracked some of the other stuff, which is what I'm going to do. Just in case they get one of these. Because then it's totally going to destroy my combo. So we do want to do this. There we go. Everything's in play. Soul Guide's going to cost 1 on them. Now they need an Abrade, but that's not going to work either. 5, they're going to get it, so that doesn't matter. Should have hit the cat there. And again. Not enough. Ooh, and it's at 9 at -10. Bam. Great comeback there for us. Whew. Very, very nice. So worked out today for us in best of 3. Best of 1, we went 1 and 2. Probably should have went 2 and 1, but we will take that. So again, my friends, that is the Golgari food deck. A little bit of lines of play, a lot of thinking through in terms of how you want to play and make those things work. Very, very fun, a very nice upgrade from the traditional Jund one that we had before. Ravenous Squirrel does absolute bonkers work as a squirrel should. So actually nutty. So with that, thank you for tuning in today. Planeswalkers, again, we went 1 and 2 in best of 1. Best of 3, we went 2 and 1. We beat Izzet Phoenix deck, another very popular deck. Played very, very well. Again, cleaning out that graveyard makes a huge, huge difference there. So appreciate it. Where's this sit in the meta? So best of 1 at a aggregate. It is one of the stronger decks right now, so probably in that tier 1 to top of tier 2 space. And then in best of 3, granted it did take everything down. The meta has shifted a little bit since then, but certainly still kind of a tier 1, tier 2 deck, definitely. So with that, Planeswalkers, hope you enjoyed today's episode. Flip me that like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe and stay up to date on all things here on the metaverse. They're multiverse. I'm gonna get Facebook's gonna get me. Feel free, if you got questions, comment, let me know down below. Love hearing from you always. On top of that, feel free to hop on the Discord server. Again, great ways to stay connected. Appreciate your support as always. Thank you to all the YouTube members and patrons. Appreciate that additional support and great benefits for you as well and other interactions. So appreciate it. Planeswalkers, feel free to look up my name, Mythras, for a lot more content. Subscribe. Stay tuned because we do got a lot more stuff coming your way. Top standard decks, top historic decks, Alchemy, the works, Jank. We got some live stream going. Check it out. We crushed one of the decathlons live stream there for historic with the Selesnya Squirrel Twin deck. We got Friday Night Meta weekly series. We do our tier lists and fast facts. So stay tuned, Planeswalkers. We'll see you again soon. Until next time, Mythras out.